Wow. 50 years. 50 years of killing our most innocent, precious gifts from God. 50 years that, based on a lie, if you know the story about Jane Roe, based on a lie they pushed to make it constitutionally protected to kill babies. 50 years ended today. 50 years. No more. No more. You know, obviously the power goes back to the states, but now the states can make a decision to defend these innocent babies' lives. 50 years. Ended today. Oh my goodness. It makes me think about the woman that went into an abortion clinic because the father wasn't in the picture. She didn't have a lot of money. She didn't think she'd be able to raise a child on her own, her first child. And she left that abortion clinic before the doctor came in, and she gave birth to a beautiful baby girl that I met in high school and married. And now we have two beautiful daughters. And we have a little grandbaby. Oh, because that mother chose life. But the option was there. The law said, hey, you can end this baby if you want to. But she chose life. And my life has never been the same. And our daughters wouldn't be here. And our grandbaby wouldn't be here if she hadn't chose life. So I hear people say, what about now all the women that are going to maybe go get an abortion and it'll be underground and it's dangerous for them? This is what I say to you. What I hope takes place is that women and girls stop abusing the beautiful act of sex that is to procreate, that you stop allowing men to abuse your bodies and use you for pleasure, that you would put that place of sex back into a place of honor, of respect, and an act that you want to bring forth another creation from yourself and then nurture and care for that creation as a gift from God. That is what I hope takes place, is that the respect and honor for the act of sex would be something that's reserved, that you ladies reserve, that you men reserve, that you reserve for the one that you want to spend the rest of your life with, for the one that you want to grow a family with, for the one that you want to, I just, I just hope that you'll in some way grasp the amazing, beautiful, world-changing thing that it is to bring a baby into this world. And you'd have respect for that and honor for that and hope for that. For men and women, I hope that you would put that place of just there's not even words to describe it. I've just had a grandbaby. My grandbaby's 9 weeks old. And to have a grandbaby, to be able to hold a creation that's from your own creation, that's part of your legacy, it's out of this world. You can't even describe it. That is the place that I hope young men and women of all ages begin to place respect and hope and honor on the act of sex. And if that happens, when that happens, then we won't have young women that are out there looking to just end a baby's life because they were so reckless with their sex. That's what I hope takes place. And for all the people that say, oh, what about those that are raped or incest? There's incest. That accounts for less than 1% of all abortions. 99% of abortions are basically birth control. The woman saying, oh, I don't feel ready. The man's not in the picture. I was a one-night stand, whatever. 99% of all abortions are basically birth control. And a baby is not a part of the woman's body. Show me on any anatomy picture of a woman's body, what part of a woman's body is the part that looks like a little baby. It isn't. The baby is its own human life. It's alive. It's breathing even in the womb. It's taking in oxygen even in the womb. And that life deserves protected. So for all those out there that are thanking God today, that are praising him for justice for our most innocent, I stand with you. And I got to say thank you to President Donald Trump. When I first began to champion him, it was over this issue. He appointed 3 individuals to the Supreme Court that said there is nothing in the Constitution whatsoever that should make it okay to end the lives of our unborn babies. So thank you to those 6 justices. I believe it's 6 that voted in favor of overturning Roe v. Wade. Pray for them and pray for their families and pray for peace in our country. Because you know what the left wants to do? What they're going to probably do? They're going to riot because they didn't get their way. And that's the other big distinction between conservatives and liberals. Liberals and leftists, they don't get their way. They want to burn stuff down. Conservatives, well, we're all about conserving. We want to conserve the beautiful history and the origin of why the Constitution and how it was written. And we're also conservative in nature. We're not going to go burn stuff down if things don't go our way. That's the big difference. There's a spiritual battle at play here, friends. There's a spiritual battle at play. But today, love and life won. Love and life won today. God bless America.
Dear Mom, I know you're wondering if you should keep me and if you need me. Dear Mom, I hope you get this message. I hope you hear me. Can you feel my heartbeat? Got your nose, I've got your eyes, dear Mom. I've got your smile. Dear Mom, I wanna hear those ocean waves. I wanna walk with you, feel the warmth of a summer day. I just wanna hold your hand. I hope you understand. This is all God's plan. A few more months you'll get to meet me. Just hold on a little while. It'll be worth it She'll have your nose, she'll have your eyes, dear Mom. She'll have our smile.
So awesome, oh my gosh. I can't believe they just did it. This is so amazing.
I've got Margie Taylor Greene joining us.
That girl just told me I couldn't.
Not go over here.
Hi!
Wow, what a historical moment. What a historical moment in our country right now. What's your thoughts on this?
I think it's a miracle. I'm so thrilled. Like I've cried about this. We prayed about. Everybody here is celebrating, but the Supreme Court had the courage. They had the bravery, overturning Roe versus Wade, giving it back to the states, and hopefully this can be the beginning to the end of abortion. So I think we know God is real, and I think we know that prayer works, and I'm just so overjoyed. God bless everyone that's worked on it.
Yeah, now it's time for people to get the facts as far as it goes back to the states. There's a lot of misinformation out there.
To the states. So abortion did not end today. That's not what happened. The Supreme Court overturned, through the Dobbs decision, overturned Roe versus Wade. That means that it goes back to the states, and they have the right to make their own abortion laws, whether they completely outlaw abortion in their state or they allow it to occur at some level. So everyone needs to understand it's not totally over. We have people over here that are screaming, demanding to be able to murder babies, but they still can do it. So what they're demanding is hasn't been taken away from them. They can still kill a baby in the womb. But what has happened is we can allow states to choose.
Okay, let's talk about what could happen tonight. You know, the left has promised a night of violence.
Yes.
They've actually put that out. They put flyers out.
They have threatened a real insurrection at the Supreme Court today, Brian. They're threatening to burn down the Supreme Court. Jane's Revenge, Ruth sent us. These are real domestic terrorist groups. I introduced a bill to designate them as domestic terrorists, or any organization. They're planning to attack women's pregnancy centers. They're planning to attack women's crisis centers. So this is a more dangerous time, and it's the radical left that's doing it. I want you to know that right over there at the Capitol right now, the Capitol Police and all law enforcement, they are suiting up in riot gear in preparation for what the left is planning to do tonight in this town.
Well, I thought it was very interesting because moments before the announcement, they packed up and left. So the two groups were here with really no sizable police force. That was very surprising that happened, that right before the announcement, the motorcade pulled out of here.
They should not have left. They should be out here right now. They should be enforcing laws, making sure there's no violence and people are kept safe. They're over there suiting up in their riot gear, and I'll go ask them when I go to vote in a few minutes and ask them, you should be out here back in the streets making sure people are safe.
Expressly took away a constitutional right from the American people.
I do not view abortion as a choice and a right.
They didn't limit it. They simply took it away.
I think we should be focusing on how to limit the number of abortions.
I will do all in my power to protect a woman's right in states where they will face the consequences of today's decision.
I think it's always a tragedy, and I think that it should be rare and
Today is a great day for the United States. I'm so thankful that Roe versus Wade was overturned. I know that it's not a blanket overturning. I know that it's going to be passed to the individual states, but I personally believe that because of Roe versus Wade being legalized nationally in 1973, that opened the door for the curse to come upon our land. But I believe that this is the hour that there is a redeeming and a healing and a restoration of our land. I know that we're seeing nothing but a lot of division and a lot of hate, but I know that there is redemption through Jesus Christ. There is healing through him, and I am personally very excited to be alive during this time, and this is truly a time of divine justice.
Do you want to see the court overturn? You just said you want to see the court protect the Second Amendment. Do you want to see the court overturn Roe v. Wade?
Well, if we put another 2 or perhaps 3 justices on, that's really what's going to be, will happen. And that'll happen automatically, in my opinion, because I am putting pro-life justices on the court. I will say this, it will go back to the states, and the states will then make a determination.
Donald has said he's in favor of defunding Planned Parenthood. He even supported shutting the government down to defund Planned Parenthood. I will defend Planned Parenthood. I will defend Roe v. Wade, and I will defend women's rights to make their own health care decisions. And we have come too far to have that turn back now. And indeed, he said women should be punished, that there should be some form of punishment for women who obtain abortions, and I could just not be more opposed to that kind of thinking.
If you go with what Hillary is saying, in the 9th month, you can take the baby and rip the baby out of the womb of the mother just prior to the birth of the baby. Now, you can say that that's okay, and Hillary can say that that's okay, but it's not okay with me. Because based on what she's saying and based on where she's going and where she's been, you can take the baby and rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month on the final day. And that's not acceptable.
Well, that is not what happens in these cases. And using that kind of scare rhetoric is just terribly unfortunate. You should meet with some of the women that I've met with, women I've known over the course of my life. This is one of the worst possible choices that any woman and her family has to make. And I do not believe the government should be making it. And I can tell you the government has no business in the decisions that women make with their families in accordance with their faith, with medical advice. And I will stand up for that right.
Nobody has business doing what I just said, doing that as late as 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 days prior to birth. Nobody has that.
All right.
Young man, walk away from the hate. We're all human, and we don't segregate just like women. I'll make America great. We are all in this together. Colors are red, white, and blue.
We're here for a very simple reason, to defend the right of every child, born and unborn, to fulfill their God-given potential. Together, we must protect, cherish, and defend the dignity and the sanctity of every human life. When we see the image of a baby in the womb, we glimpse the majesty of God's creation. When we hold a newborn in our arms, we know the endless love that each child brings to a family. When we watch a child grow, we see the splendor that radiates from each human soul. And from the first day in office, I've taken a historic action to support America's families and to protect the unborn. I notified Congress that I would veto any legislation that weakens pro-life policies or that encourages the destruction of human life. At the United Nations, I made clear that global bureaucrats have no business attacking the sovereignty of nations that protect innocent life. Unborn children have never had a stronger defender in the White House. Every life brings love into this world. Every child brings joy to a family. Every person is worth protecting. And above all, we know that every human soul is divine and every human life, born and unborn, is made in the holy image of Almighty God. They are coming after me because I am fighting for you, and we are fighting for those who have no voice, and we will win because we know how to win.
The lady who was responsible for Roe versus Wade died at 69 years old. And that is a prophetic sign right now, I believe, of what's going to take place in the not so distant future, that Roe versus Wade will be overturned. Roe versus Wade will die. Now, in her defense, Tim became a Christian, I believe, and she was turned pro-life after that. But the point being is that this is a prophetic sign that was given 3 to 4 weeks into President Trump's presidency, and that prophetic word specifically stated that Roe versus Wade was going to be overturned. So that was a huge sign that was given to the people yesterday.
A huge victory against the evil on the earth. And I can see all the ramifications from that. I mean, it is huge.